in life gets their absolute wishes answered. You know, it doesn't happen to that many people, and I'm so grateful for it.
Remembering Richard Chamberlain tonight. Great to be back with you. I'll see you right here tomorrow. Good night.
Today was the Viper 6 alert day, and we had several CSRA counties under severe thunderstorm warnings. We even had a tornado warning earlier. Now we are done with that threat of severe weather, and we're just seeing a few lingering showers in a couple of our counties. And tonight we will start to dry out. We'll have clearing skies, cooler temperatures, and tomorrow it will be a beautiful sunny day. But will we see another chance of rain and storms later on this week? I'll have all those details coming up.
Right now on News Channel 6 and 7, the golfers are coming to town. The Augusta National Women's Amateur Tournament set to begin this week, starting 2 full weeks of exciting golf action. We've got it all covered, starting tonight with how Champions Retreat Golf Club is recovering from Hurricane Helene. Your News at 7 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 7.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks so much for joining us. I'm Dee Griffin. We want to go straight to Chief Meteorologist Jenna Petracci, who is watching some severe weather move into our area. And Jenna, it has been a doozy of an afternoon.
Yeah, we had a lot of active weather impacting all CSRA counties, and in return, you can see we have some storm reports that came through. This is for tree damage, some power lines came down, and even a flood report where there were some heavy downpours that lasted for a while over Augusta, with some places getting up to 2 inches of rain. Now, naturally, with any type of spring severe weather setup, we're going to see some power outages, but I don't want you to worry. This is nothing like the power outages we had from the hurricane, of course, and we're already seeing a lot of improvement here. So just a few hundred outages here and there. These are all very short-lived. Now, our live Viper 6 radar is showing the last of the rain now exiting Barnwell and Bamberg County. All of that severe weather off to our east. Our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam from Wellstar MCG Health still showing overcast skies here in Augusta. As for the rainfall, we picked up a healthy amount. So like I mentioned, we did have some minor flooding concerns, but for the most part, we only saw those rainfall totals between 1/4 of an inch up towards the north, and some places maybe getting up to 2 inches of rain, but a lot of us just around an inch. Augusta Bushfield's official amount was 0.81 inches today. Our low temperature was 64 and our high was 79, so well above average this morning with the warmth leading up to the storms. And around the CSRA, we're now sitting in the mid-60s, even 68 still in Evans, 66 in Wrightsville, Waynesboro at 65, 64 in Aiken. Relative humidity is very high. You can feel it if you step outside the door. You can definitely feel the warmth and the humidity today with the winds coming out of the southwest. So the sustained winds aren't an issue. We do still have some gusts up to around 30 miles per hour as that cold front pushes through. And you can see that now coming through Georgia. Behind it, a few more showers popping up here in northwestern Georgia. So we may see a little bit more rain tonight, but that severe weather threat is over. We're back to sunshine tomorrow. A few storms possible again on Wednesday. And you are not reading that incorrectly on Thursday. We are actually heating up to 90 degrees, believe it or not. How long will that heat to last? I'll have the answer coming up, but back to you, Dee.
All right, thanks so much. We'll see you then. Coverage you can count on continues now with fewer than 24 hours before the first practice round of the Augusta National Women's Amateur Tournament at Champions Retreat Golf Club. It's been a race against the clock to get ready since Hurricane Helene left its path of destruction in September. Barkley Bishop is at Champions Retreat with more.
What a difference 6 months can make. Not only did Helene wreak havoc on homes across our area, but also on this golf course. Millions of dollars later, it is in incredible shape and ready to be back on the world stage.
I got here at 7 in the morning just to kind of see the lay of land. It was, again, it's catastrophic.
Catastrophic. It's the best way to describe the destruction Hurricane Helene did to Augusta and Champions Retreat on the night of September 27th.
Hard to put words to what I saw. To me, it looked like something that we would be closed for 6 months. That's how bad it was.
Mike Reimer is the director of golf at Champions Retreat, home to the first 2 rounds of the Augusta National Women's Amateur.
Yeah, like a transformer walked through the golf course and just ripped trees out of the ground and threw them down.
There were thousands of trees down and root balls exposed as far as Reimer could see.
You couldn't get across Betty's Branch or water, up to your ankles over here. You couldn't the carp bass were completely covered here.
One of the most devastating losses was their iconic broccoli tree on the island course's 5th hole. The hurricane ripped its massive trunk right out of the fairway.
And it was so big that when you were on the tee box, like it looked like it was 300 yards out, but it wasn't. It was just so massive.
And while there was a lot lost on the course, there's also been a lot gained, especially for golfers.
You're going to have some more forgiveness off the tee now. There are some holes that are, the trees, the tall pines have been thinned out. So now you're going to be able to see the group in front of you or who's teeing off.
Despite some changes in landscape, one thing that hasn't changed is how important this week's tournament is for Champions Retreat, especially this time around.
This is going to be a very special year for us. Like I said, that that end of September, standing there, I was like, I don't know how we're going to have this tournament in early April, but the team has done an amazing work.
As for the broccoli tree, you may see it again, just in a different way. After the storm, the staff saved as much as they could of that tree to try to turn it into some art or maybe make some furniture out of it. At Champions Retreat Golf Club in Evans, I'm Barkley Bishop, WJBF, News Channel 6.
And that tournament starts on Wednesday with the gates at Champions Retreat opening at 7:30 in the morning. Count on News Channel 6 to provide complete coverage of what's happening. Well, businesses near Champions Retreat Golf Club are ready for visitors this week. Workers at shops and restaurants in the Riverwood development are expecting plenty of patrons to walk through the doors over the next 2 weeks. They say they've hired extra staff and are stocking up on supplies to make sure they're ready. Some businesses will have Masters-themed specials this week.
So we have a pizza, it's called the Birdie on the Green, kind of little play on the golf. And then we've got, a chicken salad sandwich we're running for the specials. And then we have a new peach ice cream waffle dessert. So kind of just like Georgia Masters themed specials.
Sounds yummy. Wow. Well, business owners say they're excited for this week's extra traffic, but they anticipate even more next week. In Augusta, when it comes to debris removal, what you see is what you get, at least for now. The city has paused cleanup, even though many debris piles can still be found all over Augusta. City leaders say the job is not over and crews will return to the cleanup after Easter.
What they have to do is finish picking up the root balls. We still got some hot spots to hit. Everything south of Tobacco Road, we might have to finish up on the second pass as well as the root balls. But as far as the companies, they are coming back. They will address it.
The city has removed more than 4 million cubic yards of tree damage, which equals more than £500 million since early October. A Richmond County deputy is charged after a domestic violence incident this morning. Renisha Price is charged with simple battery, family violence. Investigators say she admitted to pushing another deputy, identified as Malcolm Bowens, in the face, causing the back of his head to hit the corner of a wall. He was treated at the hospital. Price is being held at the Webster Detention Center. She is on administrative leave during the investigation. Georgia's legislative session wraps up this. This program is funded by the federal government of agriculture and does not use any South Carolina state dollars. And now it's time for a live look at Darlington Raceway, where NASCAR drivers will compete this weekend in the Goodyear 400. 400 miles of stock car action. Should be an exciting weekend on the track.
Hey there, Georgia. I'm John Crow with you.
Our threat of severe weather is over with, and as we go into the rest of the week, we're switching gears and focusing on the heat. I will have a look at the temperatures right after this break.
The hot tub blowout sale is...
This is a WJBF Live 5 for 6 alert.
Our alert day is actually over now due to the threat of severe weather along the coastline, but completely out of the CSRA. So no worries for the rest of this evening. We're seeing one more area of some light rain, and that's down in Bamberg County. But other than that, we are completely dry. Things are looking much better here. So here's a closer look at Bamberg County. Light showers right around town. This was the last county to be under a severe thunderstorm warning, but now even that severe thunderstorm watch has been dropped for all counties, which is great news. Our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam showing a nice sunset even with the cloud cover here in Swainsboro. This is a place that also dealt with severe thunderstorms earlier earlier today, but no reported damage at this time. 65 degrees out there with a west wind of 6 miles per hour sustained. Dew points are in the lower 60s. And speaking of the winds, we did have some very high winds come through with that leading edge of the cold front, up to 55 miles per hour. That was the highest wind gust we had up in Wilkes County, and not far behind it in Aiken County, a 49-mile-per-hour wind gust. Right now, those gusts are up to around 20 to 30 miles per hour in some spots. Notice the red area here indicating those highest wind gusts as that cold front continues to push through the area. Temperatures are still pretty mild. We're sitting in the mid-60s across the board, 67 down in Millen, 66 in Sparta, Aiken at 64, 63 in Bamberg, and the skies are starting to clear. Dew points are still pretty high, so it's feeling muggy out there. We're seeing low 60s everywhere, and once the cold front comes through, that's when we'll have drier air take over for tomorrow. But notice even behind this front, a few showers here in the northwestern portion of Georgia, so it's possible that we may see additional showers later on tonight, but the chance of severe weather is definitely long gone. Tomorrow morning we'll be in the mid-50s, upper 70s in the afternoon, some of us getting into the low 80s. And when it comes to the rain, most of the work week will be dry, just a few more showers and storms moving in on Wednesday. Not expecting those storms to be severe. Now, I also want to point out the total rainfall to date, now up to nearly 4 inches, so we're overall finishing off the month of March very close to our average rainfall. That will definitely help out with the drought. And as we go into the first weekend of April, a pretty high chance of rain returns on Sunday into Monday. Still early to tell exactly how strong those storms will be, but we'll be watching that closely and keep you updated on if there will be another chance of severe weather. But what we do know for sure is that the dew points will rise again back into the mid to upper 60s, even without the rain. So that is great news when it comes to the fire danger concerns we had last week. That's no longer going to be a problem. There's going to be plenty of moisture and warmth in the air. April brings on the heat from Thursday through Saturday. High pressure and control, making it feel like summertime. I'm not kidding here. Highs all the way up to 91 degrees on Friday. It really doesn't last for long, though. Notice we're dropping back down to around average next Monday. And then from there, that second week of April is actually going to be well below average, with temperatures maybe only topping off in the low 60s for highs. Our low temperatures tonight will be a bit chilly, especially in our northwestern counties, upper 40s, but more so those upper 50s down towards the south and east. Highs tomorrow will be anywhere from the mid-70s through a low 80s, so a few degrees above average. And your 10-day forecast is showing a dry week with partly cloudy skies, but we will have a few more storms on Wednesday, higher chance of rain on Sunday and Monday, but boy, Saturday is just going to be plain hot and dry. A great day to lay by the pool or go up towards the lake. And then next week, we're back to, you could say, even more so late February temperatures possibly. Lows in the low 40s, highs in the mid-60s. So the temperatures are just all over the place this week, Dave. We got a little bit of everything.
It's a good time for people who are here for the women's tournament to see. It's going to be pretty warm out there. And then the weekend is the final. And then starting for the practice rounds for the men's. So
yeah, a little bit cooler for them next week for the start of the Masters.
All right. Thanks so much. We'll be right back.
Getting hurt at work was closed captioning on News Channel 6 is sponsored by Hearing Associates of South Carolina. The News Channel 6 mobile app is now even better. Download it today.
The New York Yankees off to a strong start this season, hitting a total of 15 home runs in their first 3 games, leading to a sweep of the Milwaukee Brewers, but their wins are causing controversy over a new baseball bat some players are using, dubbed the Torpedo. Rena Roy has more on how some people feel this could change the game.
Driven deep to left field. He's done it again. See ya.
The New York Yankees kicking off the MLB season, dominating on the field.
The most runs scored by a major league team through 3 games since 1901.
15 home runs in the first 3 games, tying a record. But not everyone is celebrating their winning streak. Some questioning the so-called Torpedo, a new state-of-the-art bat which some Yankee players are now using, including Jazz Chisholm Jr., the infielder speaking out about it on Yes Network.
Oh, I love my bat. You know what I mean? I think you can tell. It's working pretty well for me. I mean, it doesn't feel like a different bat. It just helps you in a little way.
The bats are custom designed for each player to have more wood in the sweet spot where they usually hit the ball.
Imagine you have $100 for a bat budget, right? And you can put the wood anywhere in the bat that you want. Wouldn't you want to load the most wood in the part of the bat where you make the hardest contact.
Major League Baseball says the bat is in compliance with the league's rules, so other teams can use it too. Minnesota Twins catcher Ryan Jeffers used one over the weekend, though he's yet to hit a home run. Some, like Dave Portnoy of Barstool Sports, calling for it to be banned, saying he thinks it will ruin the game.
Should it be legal? No. Is it cheating? Yeah, it is.
Some Yankees players are not using the bat, like superstar Aaron Judge, who hit an American League record with 62 home runs in 2022 and 58 last season. When asked why, he said, "What I've done the last couple of seasons speaks for itself." Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
And Jenna is back with the latest on severe weather in our area next.
April 2nd through 5th.
So once again, there is no longer a threat of severe weather. The rest of today, we're completely dry, and tomorrow will be completely dry as well. We're back to sunshine, high of 79, heating up to 90 on Thursday, and we'll stay in the low 90s through Saturday. A dry week other than a few storms on Wednesday, and then the possibility of more rain and storms later on this weekend into early next week, and next week we'll start to cool down again.
All right, well, that's our time for now. And I meant to mention on Sunday is drive, chip, and putt, which is very important. So we have the women's, then we have drive, chip, and putt, and then the Masters.
Hopefully the rain will hold off on Sunday.
All right, have a good night.
Well, guys, another tub to shower conversion completed.
Y'all, what are we gonna do with all these old tubs?
I have an idea. Join the Bathfitter family today with 0% interest financing for 24 months. How many more tubmobiles does Dad can have us build?
Call Bathfitter today for your free in-home estimate.
Augusta Family Dental. We now have 4 locations to serve you.
Goolsby's, serving Sunday dinner every day since 1985.
Locally owned and operated since 1985. Marquette Tire Pros. Love the drive.
Get ready for fun!
Check out our website for Snapology summer camps.
Come see us at Robbie's Automotive Service Center for all your tires, brakes, and automotive service needs.
Super Saver coupons online, anywhere, anytime. Just show your phone.